Yeah, RP, let's get it.
Reading between the lines, they feeding us deception, questioning the motives and the narrative direction. They paint a pretty picture, but I'm seeing all the flaws, dissecting every headline, breaking down the hidden clauses. Race, religion, politics, we breaking down the walls. From the streets up to the suits, we analyzing all the calls. Truth serum in the mainstream, yeah, you know we got the receipts, exposing all the players and the secrets that they keep. This ain't your grand's opinion, this is live and uncut. Race, religion, politics, we telling you what's what.
We got to deal with Iran look like.
Yeah, I saw that bullshit. Or $25 billion and open up the Strait of Hormuz. Now you tell me, what was the old deal?
We gave them some. We unfroze some. We have more of their money froze, or we just gave them money.
No, we was unfreezing that money. The thing was that Obama said we are unfreeze your money and slowly give it to you on the basis that you don't fucking start a nuclear program, and we will and we send our own people in to monitor that shit to make sure you guys doing what you're saying you're doing. So we can't have control over it, right? We was all in their shit, and we was slowly releasing their money, their own money, right? Donald Trump said, "Man, now we promised not to do it, and by the way, here's a $25 billion check." Now that ain't now, even though that Strait of Hormuz is opened up, that doesn't say that man they're not gonna still charge. We don't know that yet, but they said man it'll never be free again. So man, it might be free in the United States for $25 billion we cut. They might still charge everybody else. Who knows, man? You know how Donald Trump be lying and shit, man. They might say it's fucking free and for the next 3 years, something like that.
And the part that's fucked up is I want to know what Iran say the deal is. I believe their government more than I believe these motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying. Wait till we hear what Iran did. Iran might say, man, we ain't made no motherfucking deal. We won't know what the deal is until Iran tell us. And Iran said yesterday that Donald Trump said don't tell nobody what the deal is. They literally came out and said, yeah, Donald Trump said don't tell nobody. And they said we don't tell nobody no else. So they can't tell everybody what the deal is. He said don't tell. And if he's saying don't tell, you know what that means, right?
Bullshit in the mix.
It's a shitty deal.
Some goddamn bullshit in the mix.
You got fucking Miss McConnell fucking laying up in the hospital down there dead. Not Miss McConnell, what's her name? Yeah, Miss McConnell.
Maybe this.
Miss deathbed. I guarantee you, Donald Trump gonna be so pissed off if he died today. Like you just died and fucked up my whole motion on UFC 250. He probably just
having a whack ass. This motherfucker having a hillbilly birthday, boy.
It's a hillbilly showdown. It's a hillbilly showdown. All that trash been sitting out there on the line. Man, think it's gonna be literally trash out there, right?
Yeah.
It's literally trailers out there on the front line. It's a trailer park, dog. It says circus on the side. It says Nitro Circus on the side of it.
It say what?
Nitro Circus. They got them motorcycle dudes doing flips and shit from the White House. So it says Nitro Circus. Google Nitro Circus. White House. You'll see it. Man, I'm embarrassed for him, to be honest with you.
You said what?
I'm embarrassed for him. Because, man, there's no coming back from this. Man, this is coming out there. They come out there. They might be out there fighting chicken in the front yard.
The rooster fighting some shit.
I can't even give them roosters. I gotta say chicken. They don't even get roosters. They don't need to respect the roosters. Yeah, it's awful. They can't come back from this, man. It ought to be like laughable shit when they say something. You just say, man, let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Hold my beer.
People look at this right here. These next a few months, they're not gonna come back from.
I'm doing a goddamn. I mean, man, I don't fucking know, dude. This shit is so fucking crazy, man. And it's, I mean, it's like It's almost like a fucking joke how close this shit is to that movie.
Don't look up.
No, Idiocracy.
Oh,
Idiocracy, ain't it?
I don't know if I've seen that movie. I don't think I've seen that.
With Scarface played Double Dose for what the fuck was his name? Upgrade with a double D for a double dose of this pimping.
Mm-mm.
Where the dude fell asleep and went back and he woke up in the future and it was all fucked up.
Who's the president?
Shit, man, you ain't seen this shit. The fuck is it? This dude. Yeah, what you call it? Like this the president. Hold on.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that about Gatorade and shit on the fucking plants and shit. President of America. Yeah, I saw that a long time ago. That shit, dude.
That's where we at
Terry
now.
Crews. Terry Crews is president. Yeah, I saw that shit.
Yeah.
I just asked who they saw that shit, man. I thought it was the craziest guy to watch that shit. I thought, man, it was so crazy to see that. I'm like, man, why they making fun of black people like this? Because they made him the president, right?
Yeah.
I think this was before Obama, wasn't it?
I don't know.
But I thought it was just in bad taste, man. I'm like, oh, so they got a black president doing straight buffoonery fuckery. Man, he's out there watering the fucking plants with Gatorade or some shit like that.
Yeah, the premise of it is smart people have less babies than stupid people. And so if we go at this rate, the stupid people go outnumber the smart people, and then we're gonna have a world full of stupid people. But they can still have the infrastructures that was built, but they're gonna fuck everything up.
Yeah, like what's happening right now, right?
I mean, like in the movie, Terry Crews was a wrestler who became president. Now we got wrestling at the White House. Like we've gotten so close to the movie, it don't make no fucking sense.
Man, think about it, Don. He's easily entertained. I mean, he's easily entertained. Like, man, he'll take super. He like, man, he said, man, my next time around, man, I'm going to enjoy this shit. Fuck all these meetings and going to these different countries. And man, I start fighting these motherfuckers. They want to talk to me, and I have fun at the White House. Man, I'm gonna turn this down. I'm gonna rebuild this. Man, I'm gonna do all kinds of shit, man. It's gonna be fun this time around. This is gonna be fun.
It's motherfuckers still running around. This is what I voted for, and like it's a goddamn game. But
man, but it is what they voted for. Man, yeah, I think, man, they feel good. Think about it, man. You got a fucking guy, man, got a fucking game at the White House. A bunch of white guys, man, run around doing fucking flips and shit and fighting and shit. If that ain't, man, the fucking most American shit ever, I think I just saw some post that this is American as fuck. This is American as fuck. Poor ass people, man, doing dumb ass shit. That's America. Man, we built on doing poor ass people doing dumb ass shit. Think about it, man, you start going to other countries and you realize, man, we do a lot of dumb ass shit. We got so many resources that we could, like, man, help our country in so many different ways. Man, we just do dumb shit. Think, man, fucking, we get the worst healthcare, man. One of the top 10, like the top 10 worst healthcares compared to the top 10. Ours is like the worst. We got decent healthcare. Don't get me wrong, compared to other countries. But ours is the lowest.
I mean, you can feel confident that you'll get the proper service if you go to a health facility in America.
Well, that's what I said. We got decent healthcare, but it ain't. But in the top one, we ain't the best.
But as far as like specialists, we got some of the best in the world. It's people who from other countries that's rich that come over here to get shit done.
But man, problem is this, man. People that's rich, poor people should be allowed to fucking survive. Every life is important, right? See, they kept on saying, man, all lives matter. Do they? Do all lives matter?
Well,
no, rich lives matter.
America reached its peak right before civil rights.
Yeah. Do all lives matter though?
Before civil rights. See, before civil rights, they had high taxes for the rich. That translated to services for the people. And so people could have a higher standard of living. We built a middle class. when black folk got included in that, they said, fuck this shit. We'll just let it burn as long as niggas hurt worse. And so, like, we know how to make America work because we did it before. They just don't want to include black people so bad that they're gonna let this motherfucker burn.
So, man, in turn, America, man, is not as great as we would like it for it to be, but it can be. With that being said, man, we waste our money on so much stupid shit. We do so much dumb shit in this country. That's embarrassing.
You know,
Infrastructure, our infrastructure is great, but man, it can be so far superior to the rest of the world. They like to the rest of the world, be like, God damn, now that right there in America, woo, shit, you can be fucking from the East Coast to West Coast in fucking in 4 hours flat.
what they're gonna have to do is give black Americans a buyout. Pay us off so we can get the fuck on, and then they're gonna act right, and America can gonna be great. With niggas here, they just not gonna let it happen. They're just not gonna do it. They're just not gonna do it. Other countries, like, yeah, you know, they got their problems between their different, you know, demographics and shit. But in Colombia, everybody's Colombian.
I think there's going to be a class of people, man, that you know how you go there are certain countries, man, that their class people are treated like shit and know their place in society. Kind of like, man, you got Israel, man, the Palestinians are like kind of like pushed in a little spot area and done bad.
Right.
Eventually, maybe that's what happens to blacks. We get pushed to a certain area where it's like, man, this is our place in society.
We were the Palestinians before '68. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm saying that's what's going to have to happen. I'm not talking about what happened prior, because man, even though man, that was what was happening, but still, man, our country wasn't all that great even then. I mean, we did have the Great Depression before that, and shit has happened during that time. But I'm talking about right now, the resources that we have and the money that we have, how rich this country is compared to the rest of the world. They got to put us in a class, man, that we never thought that we would be in. The situation we would ever be in.
If
wake up one day,
raise the tax rate on these rich motherfuckers, right? Reinvest into America. Hire Americans for that reinvestment into America to rebuild the infrastructure and blah blah blah. Widen social services. Make healthcare, Medicare for all. God damn it. Make state institutions super cheap or free to go to, so our public can be educated. In 20 years, man, we would be killing them. But
yeah.
it's real simple what to do. But you know what I'm saying? You know,
man, I don't want a nigga living next to me equivalent to me.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I don't want him being able to live next to me. And we're going to create a middle class, man. I don't need them to be able to live in that middle class. How's the middle class if they can have the same job I got?
America came out of the Depression. The Depression was a banking error. Like that was something motherfuckers had to go through. So you know what I'm saying? It was just a fuck up in how the economy worked, and we hadn't been through it before. But we came out of the Depression. We came out of World War II. America, like the baby boomers, lived good lives. But the tax rate was 90% for the 1% for the upper class.
And man, think about that 90%.
Around about it.
Think about that 90%, right?
It was progressive tax rate.
Huh?
It was a progressive tax rate, of course, but you know what I mean. It was 90% for that upper bracket.
And they were still so far away from the average person. I mean, think about it, man. How crazy, man, people be, you know, Elon Musk, he gonna be the first trillionaire.
Yes.
Well, I'm tired of them fake ass numbers and shit. If that's the case, I'm a millionaire. It's kind of like, man, if he could touch $1 billion, you know, that's great. But he can't even touch a physical $1 billion in cash. So I mean,
I feel you, but it's some kind of way that shit supposed to affect everybody's 401k.
What I'm saying is, man, you can just say that, oh, he's worth $1 trillion, okay. but he don't have $1 billion cash. Now you got to think 100 billion, 200 billion, 300 billion, 400 billion, 500 billion, 600 billion, all the way up to 1,000 billion. I mean, 1,000 million is a billion, right? And you don't have one. If you don't have $1 billion in cash, it's just a title they want to get this fucking guy. Yeah, whatever. What am I saying is, man, even to say it right, it's actually, man, doesn't sound like does that sound that doesn't sound insane to say a person could have $1 trillion. Like that's $1 trillion, and and look at a person in his face and actually complain about something. Get the fuck away from me.
They said that's enough money to buy Houston.
To $1 trillion, man, and this guy's actually talking shit. Get this clown out of here. It's like the nigga in the front of the line, man, and the line is fucking way out the door, and he's complaining that the employees are not fast enough, and he's holding the line up. It's like, nigga, go get out the fucking line.
Yeah.
Nigga, come in the restaurant and say, I want one of everything on the menu, and he the first damn line. Like, man, I think he's buying everything, y'all, dog. Like, yeah. Y'all want everything on the menu, man. Yeah, everything. They're like, is he buying everything? Like, yeah, man, I think he's bought all of them up. That nigga. Just the nigga in the way. Look, that shit is crazy to me, man. Think, man, how would you look at me if I said, huh?
Shit like a goddamn state fair.
Well, shit, it's a circus. Told you that. Man, did you put the nitro circus? Not the big screens out on the side. No, not the big screen that popped out. Man, can you just imagine? Imagine if that was Donald Obama's shit going on.
Oh no.
Man, we'd be like, damn, man, damn, Barack, man. We didn't think you gonna do that shit. And he had Beyonce on the screen shaking her ass, making a stallion on the other side dancing. Yeah. He had Jay-Z in front of stage. Coming up next. Mike Tyson out there shadow boxing, Floyd out there shadow boxing. Like, nigga, what are you talking about? There's a car show going on the side. All those.
Did what the fuck is that? Some motocross shit?
I said Nitro Circus, nigga.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Nigga, it's motocross. This thing read, nigga, slow motherfucker.
How the fuck circus supposed to equate to motherfuckers on bikes doing flips?
What that say? Nitro Circus.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Nitro Circus is.
The flips, nigga, the motorcycle shit, all that. Nigga, you country ass niggas in Michigan do that shit all the time. Nigga, that's that country ass shit in Michigan does. You know y'all do. All that motocross bullshit.
Well, you know a whole lot about it.
Nigga, I'm from Michigan. Nigga, you see, nigga, out there.
From Detroit.
Nigga, you know you niggas. What the fuck you niggas riding around on fucking sleds and shit, up in there.
They got hay bales in the back and shit. The fuck, man.
I tell you, man, they can't get past this, man. Can't see it. It's kind of too small.
You got muffled.
Can you hear me? I put my hand on the microphone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad, man. They can't ever come back from this, man. Come on, man. It said Nitro Circus on the side of the White House. That's the craziest shit ever, man. A circus? Dog, they out there selling fucking beer on the White House lawn. Hot dogs. Nigga, you for real? And nachos. Nigga, you lying.
I said beer and hot dogs.
Think about how crazy that is.
Well, I mean, shit. Well, you know, fuck it. I guess that's accessible to the people, man.
Hey, man, ain't nowhere in the world, man. Hey, man,
at the White House, man.
Hey, man, it's a 60% chance it's gonna rain in a couple hours.
Oh, straight up.
Nigga, it's a 60% chance it's gonna rain, nigga. It's gonna be an awful storm coming.
So how they gonna fight outside?
They think about canceling it, nigga.
Now.
Yeah, it's a storm coming. Now the storm ain't gonna do with them fighting outside because man, the fucking they got 10 over their heads, so it can't get wet. But the storm is dangerous. We talking about thunder, a bad storm. It's coming.
And all that big ass metal shit.
Yeah, heavy rains, and they saying man, if a lightning is 8 miles away, you need to shut it down. Yeah, lightning 8 miles away, that man you can't even see the lightning. Yeah, nigga. And then talking about man, the mosquitoes and gnats alone gonna be fucking those fighters, man, because of the heat. Now that's wishful thinking. I think, man, people like, man, I hope we do fucking have mosquitoes out there and nets and shit.
Oh, it's only 20% chance of humidity. That'd be all right.
20%? No, it's 8%.
They say 20% participation, 80% humidity.
In DC.
Yeah.
Well, the temperature, the high point 93, the low point is 6 tonight. So you got
What
to think
time?
about, man, you talking about 90 to 60, that's a big ass drop. That's guaranteed it might be a storm coming. When that kind of drop happen that fast,
DC could see scattered thunderstorms with damaging winds or large hail, with wind speeds reaching as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour. Forecasters predicted 2 rounds of thunderstorms could reach DC between 4 and 10 p.m.
nigga,
Uh,
4 and 10. The fight is at 7, nigga.
multi-day heat wave.
Nigga,
Temperature
what?
will reach 95 degrees. Forecasters also warned a brief tornado could spawn. Wait a minute, man. So nobody checked the weather? Like,
nigga, last year was 100 degrees on this day. Nigga, Google the weather last year on today, June 14th in DC, and tell me what it was.
wait a minute. Nobody said let's check the weather.
No, nigga, I'm telling these niggas are hillbillies. Nigga, Google the weather last year in DC of today. Niggas 100 degrees. If like 90 something, it'd be the 90s. Nigga, don't someone give a fuck. He like, man, it's my birthday. Nigga, I'm the birthday.
What the fuck?
He said he's birthday. I said, what was it?
It wasn't bad.
Last year. What was it?
Hot and humid, severe thunderstorms in the late afternoon and evening. Temperatures reach highs in the mid 80s. High
Okay.
humidity made it feel like 85 to 88. Slow moving thunderstorms developed, prompting a flood watch from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Heavy, the heaviest storms brought the threat of torrential rains, lightning, and potential urban flash flooding. So,
Yeah. That's the same thing last year, ain't it? But light, but cooler.
but like even if you have like a family reunion or a birthday, don't you check the weather?
Yeah, man. You don't have a kind of event outside. But you gotta think, man. He built it. He been doing this shit for months now.
It just seemed like somebody should have checked the fucking weather. What the fuck?
Shit, he like fuck that weather.
I'm
Shit,
done with Trump.
nigga sit here watch from side of his bedroom. You gotta think, man. When he get, man, you gotta think about it, man. This nigga's so crazy, right? I wouldn't put this past him, man. He like, man, I want to go to the fucking UFC fight, but I might get tired and go sleepy. So now I just have it in my front yard. So if I get tired and sleepy, guess what we can do?
We'll go upstairs, take a nap. Shit.
Yeah, you can go right to the bedroom like fucking a little fucking what, 50 feet away. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna turn it in, y'all. Ain't no one where nigga man stay up, man, at 80 years old in that warm weather, that fucking warm breeze blowing on. He's not gonna be able to fall asleep. Come on, dog. If they give him some uppers, they gotta give him some crazy ass dope. God forbid he try to like have a speech, do a speech.
Is this shit you gotta have a subscription to watch this shit, don't you?
I doubt it.
And I think they said it gotta be on Paramount. It's on Paramount or something.
It probably gonna be free. In fact, is he wanted the whole world to watch it, so it's probably free. I gotta
No,
check my.
I think I have a fucking. I think
I'm pretty sure I got a prescription for what's it called
I think
subscription.
Paramount.
Let me check my fucking what's that thing called Fire Stick. I ain't watching that bullshit. Why am I even pretending like I watch it on YouTube? The highlights.
Or maybe not.
Think about it, man. Who gives a fuck about the actual fights? They want to know how bad it's gonna get, how fucked it was gonna be.
Because that shit, I mean, like, I started watching UFC a long time ago.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I didn't start watching because man, it's boring or something like that. But man, when champions only champions for like 6 months or a
It,
year,
it looked
and
like
you
it's
don't
going to
know
be, oh no, the UFC events are going to be behind a paywall.
gonna be what.
Behind a paywall.
Oh yeah, pay watching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I got a Fire Stick or some shit. I can still watch it from my Fire Stick. Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I watched it back with like Chuck Liddell and all that type shit.
Yeah, I said and Chuck Liddell was champion for like a year or something like that. So you could watch the guys, man. Not fucking like BJ Penn and Chuck Liddell and the Spider, but you know after that with Rampage and shit like that, man. After that shit came along, man, they started getting fucking. They started making more belts, and then all of a sudden you start getting these fucking unknown fucking people that you like, man, who the fuck is this the champion? Who is this guy? They just were trying to keep up. You just couldn't figure out who was who. It was just so many fucking fights. So they try to like introduce you to that fucking what was that thing he had on some channel, HBO, something like that? What it was? When
Ultimate
he
Fighter,
was that was called Ultimate Fighter?
like the reality show. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Hold
I guess
on.
I guess
Hold
it's
on.
called.
We got to guess. I got to turn the video off. Hold on.
So when they did that, that was kind of working, but I think they went to the wayside because you kind of like look forward to them fight at the end of the season. At the end, you're like, okay, I know who fucking this guy is. But yeah, yeah, okay, that's cool. I know who this guy is. And then them fighters like went to the wayside. Trying to build fighters. Then it just man, he didn't create the pay to make them guys superstars. They're like workhorses.
What's up, No Rep? Yo,
G'day.
how you doing, partner?
How you doing there, sir?
Okay, my audio seems to be scuffed out a bit. 1 second.
But I believe when they stop pushing the fighters where you kind of like know who they are, it turns people off. The casual fan. So you just kind of like, hey, you got to
Alright.
be.
Alright. I'm here. I can hear you guys.
You got an accent, man. You from the States, or you just from the region with an accent?
No, I'm not from the States.
Where you from?
I am from a little land called Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Hmm?
Lithuania. Yeah.
Should I tell you what it is?
I saw it.
It's in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
So, you're
Got the
the
yellow, green, and red flag.
yellow, green, red, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
how are you guys
oh,
doing tonight?
pretty
Or
good.
day for you guys. It's almost 2 a.m. for me.
Oh man.
I'm actually staying up for the UFC fights tonight. That's why.
Okay.
Mm.
We just talking about the UFC fights. We kind of like trying to keep up with the fighters. It's kind of hard to keep up with the fighters. Is there a Lithuanian fighter fighting tonight?
Nope, there is not. We are not known for fighters, I mean. But I'm just a fan of the fight game. I'm a fighter person as well. So I'm interested in these fights tonight, despite the politics and everything around it. But it's interesting.
Speaking of politics, what do you think about them holding it at the capital of the United States on the front
He's
yard?
he is a twat. That's pretty much what I can say. I've never seen a country implode faster in international relations than the United States in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I think we all sitting here kind of like what I'm a little bit stunned by what's going on.
I can tell you from a European's perspective, like Lithuania and the United States have a so-called special relation, and that relation has fallen apart so fast in the last year when he started threatening to invade the Danes, so Greenland and stuff like that. People have turned on the United States fast. We have we have constant troops even here in Lithuania, but the the view towards them has changed real fast.
Now, one thing I will say is good that it changed so fast. If it would have been a slow change, that means it would have been accepted as that's the thoughts of the people. But in fact, it happened so fast that people know that they witnessed it happen. They say, wait a minute, something actually happened. And everybody knows what happened. This current president right now, this administration is doing things that this world or this country has never seen before. So we kind of like hoping that we're looking forward to it ending, just like the rest of the world, going back to normal or some kind of normalcy.
Mm, your administration might go back to how it was before. You might get back to normalcy, but the effects of this administration will be felt for you for decades on. Because the trust that was broken, it doesn't come back easily. That's the main damage that Trump has done. You might see the economics of the entire presidency and stuff, and he might boast that like the stock market is high, but long term, the United States has suffered so badly when it comes to its influence, and it's pretty much. I like to summarize the United States right now as it's suffering from the British Empire syndrome. It's just a slowly dying influence at this time. And it doesn't notice it because the one who's at the top of it all is a fucking madman. Sorry to cuss.
Well, here's the thing is, and maybe that I have bias,
Mm.
but I think the world knows that there's a shit show going on, and I think the world would like and prefer things to go back to normal. And there's gonna be some trust, but I think the trust will come back quicker than most people think. I think the trust will come back rather fast. Like people that say, "Oh, that America will never get their trust back for the rest of the world." If the rest of the world believes that they can lose their confidence in the United States within 700 days, then they never really trusted the United States. They never too much. They were always rooting for the United States to fall. But we're talking about 700 days, and compared to the last 30 or 40 years of a country that was the world's big brother.
Yeah, I I
I
agree
don't
with the
think
fact.
I don't think 700 days can supersede thousands, thousands of days. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but
I know people say it, but I just don't believe it. I don't believe the
yeah,
trust is gone.
but
Things gonna
if you got an old lady that you married to, and then she goes out and over she come up missing for a week, and you find out she doing heroin and porn and all kind of crazy shit. Some things can be so extreme to where it supersedes the past history. Like we just bombed a fucking farmhouse in Venezuela because it's supposed to be a leader of a gang there. We went to the president's house and snatched him and his wife out. We threatened in fucking Greenland. We pissed off Canada, Mexico. We put tariffs on the whole world. We
yeah.
shut down U.S. aid.
Just
It's some things can be so extreme to where motherfuckers be like, I'm not putting myself in position to be trusting you again. I can't allow that for my people.
okay. I don't think that the rest of the world would rely on America as a crutch. That right there never made any sense anyway. But for us to be able to reestablish a relationship with a person that was not cheating on you, was not doing heroin, and has never done heroin, or was a porn star, never done that, and then somehow you left that good person and strayed off and started dating this awful woman, and she did these things. It's like, see what you did. See what you did. Now you
Wow.
guys understand this metaphor, and see what you did. So now you need to go back to the good woman that you had once had. America once had a good woman, if I can use your metaphor, Detroit, once had a good woman, and decided to leave that good woman and go to this loose woman that's doing all these awful things.
We are
And
the metaphor.
that's okay.
Because
But
we are women to the international community, and they had this stable woman for all this time.
I think that
And this
our
bitch went
government is
crazy.
I think our government is the actual the issue, and we need to get back to our original government
Our people
and put
elected.
and put things in place to make sure. I don't trust that election. Put things in place to make sure what's happening now never happens again, and the rest of the world is putting things in place to make sure what's happening to them will never happen again. Rightfully so,
If
and they should.
now if after this motherfucker gone, right? And we show to the world that we put things in order to make sure these things can't happen again, and it's fucking it's indictments and motherfuckers is held accountable, and we show the world that was a fluke, and we back and we stable and we gonna stay stable, maybe.
But
And,
how are you
and,
gonna do that? Are you
Shit.
gonna?
But
That's the
when,
problem. That's the
yeah,
problem
I
with
don't think
this.
we're gonna do that.
we'll have 8 years to do it, and I think we can get it back in 8 years. If we get a current president, whether it's Newsom or Harris or Clinton or whoever it is, and we spend the next 8 years, 4 working on reestablishing our relationship with the world will welcome that. They're like, man, thank you. Where Americans are finally making sense and they're doing things that make sense. We appreciate you actually making sure that you guys do not do that again. You learned your lesson, didn't you? So
Uh,
for so long that we ignored what we were internally, we didn't realize that we could do this to ourselves. We believed that we wouldn't do this to ourselves. We had things in place that we said, on the honor system. We literally had a government that was full of the honor system,
but
and we saw first. I'm sorry.
yeah, but I'll go back to Detroit's point that you put in measures to limit a government's power and to rebuild its reputation, right? How are you gonna put in government limitations when the government is based has to put on the limitations on itself? Are you gonna put on shackles on yourself to help the population? I do not
Yeah,
think the government is not going to limit its power just because some Europeans got angry because president started doing the deranged shit. It's not going to happen like that. But I personally view the Trump presidency as a European as a blessing in disguise. Maybe not for you Americans, that's for sure. But for us, I personally like that Europe has woken up. Europe was a sleeping giant that decided to get lazy for the last 40 years. And as a Lithuanian, we were used to be a part of the Soviet Union. So we know what occupation, the pains of occupation is. So we never went to sleep. We appeared 30 years ago, so we've always invested in our defense and rebuilding our country. So we never were asleep. But countries like Germany has been dormant for way too long. When they reunified, they cut spending on military defense, and we have neighbors like Russia that decided to take advantage of things like this because we've always thought that America would help us in a war. That's the point of NATO, right? But now, since America has put sanctions on even European nations and threaten war actions against like Denmark, we immediately knew that NATO is not a concrete thing. We don't have that bedrock footing anymore that we used to have. So countries like Germany, Czechia, Austria, they're all rearming now. Europe is this is a slow process, but in the next 20 years or so, Europe will be even more prosperous than the United States in some aspects.
Is
We
is
have a,
is, I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off,
yep,
but is Lithuania in the EU?
yes, we are.
Okay.
We are in NATO, we are in the UN, we're in the NATO and the EU. We are all in these things. And you
Now,
can we see we have very good neighbors with Russia and Belarus on our borders.
yeah, I had to pull it up so I could
Yeah,
visualize where
yeah.
you right by Russia, man.
hmm Russia has a border with us. You see the small enclave by Poland, that's Kaliningrad. And that's a Russian territory. You see that little piece? That's a Russian territory.
Now, I heard that. Hold on, and forgive my ignorance,
hmm
but does the EU? The EU has a president, right?
The EU has a council. The EU is an organization of five parliaments, pretty much, five companies. Imagine five companies, and there is one like CEO that pretty much administrates debate.
Is that a
She
lady?
Yes, it's
Okay.
Ursula von. I cannot spell her last name, but Ursula von of whatever hell.
A while back, if I'm not mistaken, it must have been that lady, right?
hmm
And she was saying something about how all the countries that's in the EU was supposed to dedicate a portion of their GDP
To defense.
for for defense, right?
The EU is not a defensive pact; it's an economic bloc. So pretty
Right.
much, it didn't have any military uh,
Aspirations.
aspirations. It was just an economic bloc. So Europe, pretty much, like Poland and Latvia, we do not have any borders, pretty much, with them. You can just drive across it like you drive across states in the U.S. And pretty much, it was just to help the entire continent grow closer and to build our GDPs. It was never a defensive pact. But after the war in Ukraine started,
Mhm.
and the United States became a little bit wacky,
Assholes. Yeah.
a little wacky to put it lightly,
Right.
uh, we put in some measures of our own to start investing into our defense. And one of the bills that was proposed in the EU Parliament in Belgium was a how do you say? Mm, everyone was enforcing I think a 2% GDP for defense. It's
Yeah.
like so that was voted on
But no
recently.
one's paying it.
hmm
And if I'm not mistaken,
It
the
went through, I think.
the number that she said was the
Was
same amount that America spends on our military yearly or something.
You spend, I think, 2% of your GDP yearly on the US, right?
Like that. But like she said like this a while back when I heard it, and I don't remember it verbatim. But what stood out to me is that the number she proposed was the same thing that we spent. So it was like all of us gonna get together and put together the same money the United States spends on military. And if shit, y'all saying fuck, we're not putting ourselves in this position again.
Yeah, like GDP wise, if you put all the European nations into one block that are in the EU, we actually outperform the United States when it comes to GDP.
Yeah,
Uh,
you put all y'all together.
yeah, but you have to account for that all countries, European countries, actually spend on like Medicare and stuff like that, and actually is a lot more efficient than the United States. So the 2% that is in the Europe, it's a lot more efficient, and you get a lot more from that 2% that you would get it through the United States. But 2% would be a minimum. The thing is, like countries like Lithuania and Poland, we actually spend more than the United States when it comes to percentage wise, and twice more. Like Lithuania is actually voting to raise it up to, I think, 5% GDP right now.
Yeah.
So that's a real large percentage. But if we're a small country, so it might not seem too large because our GDP is small. But we are putting in the effort because we never forgot what happened with Russia, and we're still looking at Russia real aggressively.
Now, was Lithuania a part of USSR?
Yes.
Okay. And
We were the
so,
first to leave the USSR as well.
so like, are you? Because I mean, it wasn't really that long ago. Like, do y'all consider yourselves like ethnically Russian or
No,
okay?
we are Lithuanians. Lithuania existed before World War II. Lithuania has existed longer than Russia. The problem is that Lithuania has always been occupied for the last 100 years.
But y'all was able
We
to keep your cultural identity.
we didn't lose our cultural identity. It was just that we were always occupied. We existed for a brief period from World War One to World War Two. If can you look up Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth? PLC for short. Country. Hmm. Just yeah, Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. So Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was once the largest nation in Europe. And we have a shared history with Poland. We also have our own kingdom that was called the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. We were always Lithuanians. The problem is that we've always been involved in wars because we always had aggressive neighbors like Russia and Sweden, and Germany at the time was called Prussia.
Yeah.
So we eventually lost some of the wars, and we ended up under occupation. There's a whole ordeal, but I'm not gonna. I think we do not want to stay here until you guys are at 2 a.m. because Lithuanian history is a Skyrim-esque adventure with DLCs.
Okay. Okay. What does when were you liberated from USSR?
1990.
Now, what? Just out of, I have no reference for this. I'm just curious. I got an opportunity to speak to somebody who does.
Mhm.
What does occupation under USSR look like? Okay, like you're Lithuanians. You have your shit, but Russia's over you. Like
Mhm.
okay. Let me ask this: what's the most striking difference pre 1990 to after 1990?
You can speak about your government. You
Fuck.
don't. That's the main reason. And I could put on a person, I'll put a person's name in chat later on, but there was a partisan that fought for even the right to speak Lithuanian. That's the thing. We were forced to speak Russian in administrative buildings. Like if you wanted to get healthcare, you had to speak Russian. If you want to even get to the store and get food, you have to speak Russian. Everything is under Russian rule, so everything is administrated by Russians. But the people are Lithuanian, so if they heard you speak in Russian, they tried not Russian, Lithuanian, sorry. They would try to beat you to the ground every single
Wait a minute.
time.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Slow
Yeah.
down. You telling me that Lithuania gets, is if you speak Lithuanian in Lithuania and
Lithuanian, not Lithuanian, but yes.
the Russians would be physically beat you up?
Yes, yes, they would, but there was also if you wanted a free Lithuanian state, like if imagine Texas. Texans all the time boasted that they want to have a free state and they want to separate from the United States and they can be a state of their own, right? You know that?
Yeah.
S- i- If you said that in the United States, what? You're gonna get called crazy, and that's pretty much it. In the USSR, if you wanted to say that you wanted to have a liberation of your country, like if the Lithuanians have a singing revolution and everyone tried to fight for our independence, we fought for our independence for 50 years. So this entire ordeal happened. So they would catch protesters, torture them to death, like cutting off genitals and putting them in their mouths, and they would parade their dead bodies and post pictures in the media. That's the kind of things that the Russians used to do.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, shit, man.
If you even said, let's say you're a common citizen, you're not even a partisan, right? You just want you said I do not condone the Soviet Supreme Soviet because the Soviet is like your Congress in the Soviet Union. So I do not support the view of the Soviet Supreme Soviet. You immediately lose your job. You get mocked by the KGB, and you're probably getting thrown into a gulag or getting shot. That's one of
And
the things.
so no, so they make damn.
They
I
exiled 40,000 Lithuanians into Siberia in one
fuck,
year.
fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all hate the fucking Russians there.
Yep.
Yeah, for good reason. Yeah. Damn, man. And we
and this
playing.
and this is not unique to Lithuania. If you knew what happened in Ukraine, you guys would not say the things that you're saying in the United States. Do you know what the Holodomor is? Not the Holocaust, the Holodomor.
I've seen it before. I'm not familiar with what it is. I like HOLODOMOR or something.
Yeah, Holodomor. The Holodomor is a Soviet-made famine in Ukraine, so they would kill as many ethnic Ukrainians to replace them with Russians. They killed over 3 million Ukrainians in 2 years by starvation. There were tales of people eating each other just because they were starving to death.
What years was this?
This was in 1934, I think.
Okay. So
This
they
was
want to
when
replace
this was the
population.
start of the Soviet Union.
Their goal was to replace the population in Ukraine with ethnic or genetic like with Russians.
Yes.
They starved out the ethnic Ukrainians and then moved people in there.
Yes. Do you
Damn.
know what? Do you know why Crimea is mainly Russian now?
No.
Crimea used to be not even Ukrainian. It used to be called inhabited by people called the Hussars, and the Russians made three famines. They exiled half the population, and they just sent in settlers. And over 40 years, the population got replaced, and now it's mainly Russian. So that's why in Ukraine, where Crimea should rightfully be and not in Russian control, it's mainly speaking Russian because it's ethnically Russian because Russia murdered everyone else.
What is wrong with humanity, man?
You Americans are really spoiled when it comes to problems.
What the fuck is wrong with us? God damn. That
Yeah,
just
this is the reality of Eastern Europe.
fuck. So is now what about the was it a stable economy?
No.
Was it was 'cause I know it's under communism, and so living under communism, how does that work as far as like a job? Like do you go to high school and then apply for a job, or is it how does that work under you know what I'm saying, communism?
Communism. High school is
In
a
Lithuania specifically, because you know what I'm saying, you know, you're the expert there.
yeah. Uh, High school is a generally American thing. Even now, there's no such thing as high school here. We have grades through 1 to 12. We just don't have high school.
Okay, but
We
after
have
you got like as far as employment, I'm
uh
like I'm talking pre-90. You know what I'm saying, when y'all
yeah,
under
yeah.
how does that, what
I
does
can
a man
talk.
do when he's out of school? He's eight, however old you guys are when you're done with grade 12.
Uh, in
What does a man
in
do
the
now?
in the Soviet Union, there was not 12 grades. There was 10 grades. So
Mhm.
you finished 10 grades, and then you just went to your local commune. You asked for a job, and they gave you probably a job in a factory or in a kolukis, which is a collectivized farm that was made from stolen land from the farmers of old. And you all
Hold
work
on,
for you
hold on
all.
1 second. I'm sorry, I just got to slow you down.
Mhm.
So you get done with grade 10. How old are you? Like 15 or something?
16.
Okay, so you're 16 years old. You go to some office and they say farm or factory, and those are your only options?
Pretty much, yeah.
Fuck.
If you get a job in if you know connections in the Soviet, so the parliament, local parliaments,
Like a
you
regular,
can
well, as a regular person, you get in the farm or factory options.
pretty much, yeah.
So you work
Or
you
in
work
a
at
shop.
this farm, factory, or shop. You work for 2 weeks. Do you get a paycheck?
You don't work for 2 weeks, you work for a month,
Okay.
but you get some rubles, like 60 rubles a month, and that's pretty you and you get put in a waiting list for a house. So the waiting list would probably be around 15 years, and you live with your parents until you get a house, an apartment, not a house. There was no private housing in the Soviet Union. There was only apartments, and the famous commie blocks were built everywhere. So a car was a luxury only politicians got.
You said what kind of block?
Commie block.
What the fuck? So like an
The
apartment.
the color ones are post-Soviet. Those are redecorated and renovated. The old dilapidated ones are the ones that were built in the Soviet Union. These were a Soviet-wide thing. Even in Moscow, you can find these things to this day.
And so you just do that until you get old, and
Yeah.
so okay. Do you get to retire?
Yes. At 65, I believe.
So wait. So from 16 to 65, it's the farm and the shop
Hmm.
and a couple rubles. What about food, clothes, car,
You
dating?
waited in line. There was lines at food shops every morning, and just waited until you got your bread or something, and like your sausage and potatoes. And a lot of people used to grow food at their own homes because the shops didn't supply it well enough. So people lived out of their own gardens.
Now, okay, do you? Okay, damn, like so, shit, man, that's fucked up, man.
Hmm.
God damn.
If you saw like a black ladder, you just pretty much ran across the street because you know that's a KGB agent.
You say what? If you do what?
If you saw a black Lada, like the Russian car Lada,
Okay.
and that was pretty much one of two things. It's either a KGB agent Or that's, by the way, the picture you're looking at. That's Vilnius, and that's the capital. And that those buildings were built before the Soviet occupations. Those are hundreds of years old, so those are not Soviet built.
That looks nice.
Yeah, those look nice because these were Soviet. Yep, these are Soviet.